...2016 was the best year of my life so far, and this was for a ton of different reasons, so let me start from the beginning. I uploaded my first YouTube video to this channel on February 7th and started an almost daily vlog. I say almost because I suck with consistency. A week later, I almost ruined Valentine's Day when my car broke down. We went to Chicago for our 1-year anniversary. We stayed downtown and took a night helicopter ride around the city, and then later ate at one of the tallest restaurants in the world at the Hancock Center. We got home and packed again to head to San Francisco. We took a train to Chicago and flew to California. This was Jewel's first time in California, and she loved it. We saw the Full House house, ate at an amazing Italian restaurant. I had a meeting with Twitter, rode boosted boards in Golden Gate Park, saw the Golden Gate Bridge, and also got to experience the most amazing beach ever. We flew home 2 days later and landed at 6 a.m. in Chicago. Of course we were exhausted, so naturally we got a room at the Intercontinental. It was a sweet hotel, but we were only there for a few hours to sleep, and then we ate at our favorite restaurant. After that, we took a train back home. I bought a drone and crashed it a day later. We got a huge slushie on 7-Eleven day. I flew my drone over Detroit, which was 100% illegal. Then Ryan and I flew up to the northern part of Michigan to see my cousin Josh. Yes, we flew from Michigan to Michigan. We explored the scenic parks there, and we found people that were surfing in the -8-degree weather. I flew home, packed again, and a day later we were off to Key West, Florida. We spent a week in paradise where I almost got attacked by a chicken, crashed a beach wedding, we snuck into an infinity pool and took a picture, which is now my header on Twitter. I went swimming with a sea turtle, then we explored Miami for 20 minutes and discovered that the traffic was terrible and flew home. We got upgraded to first class. I was home for a day and a half, and then I left in the middle of my English class to leave for the airport. I was going to New York. I got on the plane and saw the United States-Canada border. I explored Times Square and met some Russians in Central Park while I was flying my drone. I left the next morning and got delayed 3 times in Chicago. Finally made it home and went to prom. Jewel looked beautiful, of course, and we drove her grandpa's sweet red Corvette. We flew the drone over it too. We went to Jewel's cottage and went tubing. Then we went to my cottage and almost sunk our speedboat. We also started a huge fire on accident. I finally graduated high school. My cousin bought a new Jeep and we made a sweet video about it. We took a trip with friends to the sand dunes in Michigan. I dropped my GoPro in the water without a case and I went sandboarding. We went to Jewel's cottage for the 4th of July. I flew my drone over the fireworks show and also hit myself in the face with fireworks. We went to IKEA, then the next day we went to Chicago with Ryan for about 3 hours. I flew my drone in Millennium Park, and then we came home and barely made it to go see Tim McGraw, which we had backstage passes to, but he left early and we didn't meet him. Later, we went on a week-long trip around Michigan. We explored waterfalls in Tequamanon. We went to the Pictured Rocks National Lake Shore, where I flew my drone and lost it for good. Did I mention that we camped on the beach? Then we visited Marquette, where they have amazing pasties and a good cliff diving spot, but I didn't go cliff diving because it was freezing cold. Then we went to Mackinac and saw a car show, and went to see one of the only dark sky parks in the world. It was pretty amazing. I got home and my sister did the 100 layers of nail polish challenge. I got a studio, and a few days later we were off to go back to Mackinac. I stopped by a sweet resort. We got our Jeep stuck in the mud. We explored an island and went diving. We stacked 5 hammocks and went diving again. Then we left and explored Traverse City. We stopped at a few cool places along the way. We also saw a deer running on the sidewalk. Then we snuck into a private beach and headed home. We made a sweet video for a friend's company, rented out the entire bowling alley. I did a sibling tag with my sister Abby. We went to Chicago with Jewel and her sister Mia, and there was a sweet hot tub, great food, and we also went shopping. We got home, and a few days later, we drove to Chicago to go to California. We landed in Los Angeles. I met my business partner Kona for the first time. We went to Santa Monica where I flew my drone, and we also went to Muscle Beach. The next day we went to Malibu and El Matador State Beach, which is where I have wanted to go for the longest time. And then we rented out a ridiculous house in the Hollywood Hills and stayed the night there. We flew my drone, of course, and there was a pool and a hot tub. I sat on an emoji floaty thing. The next day we went to the Hollywood Boulevard, saw Donald Trump's Walk of Fame star, then we went to my favorite restaurant, Lemonade, and went to the airport to fly back home. And of course we got the best seats on the plane. It was probably one of the best flights I've ever had. Later, my friend built a custom AR-15, I destroyed my iPhone, I got a new iPhone, and test drove a new Mustang GT. Then I was off to Utah for the first time ever. I snuck into the pool at the Denver International Airport's Westin Hotel. It was sweet. I saw the Rocky Mountains everywhere I went. I saw where Shonduras and Casey Neistat surfed indoors. I actually floated in the Great Salt Lake, then flew home the day after, only to have another layover in Denver. I didn't go in the pool this time. We went back to Jules' cottage and hung out with her family. Then we went to my cottage again as usual, and I flew my drone around my boat. My cousins and I rented out a huge condo in Traverse City. We explored the city and never went swimming once because it was cold. Then I drove home and made a cringe reaction video to a teacher at my old school who had become famous for singing a back to school song. It was terrible. Then Jewel and I went backstage at an EDM concert. Jewel got a tattoo and then I went to Vegas. I got upgraded to the best seat again, of course. I snuck into the Paris Hotel, explored the Strip, and then got a hotel room at the top floor of the Excalibur. I left the next morning at 5 a.m. and got upgraded again. Adam showed me his new quad, and I did a giveaway that got over 70,000 views. I made a James Bond teaser trailer with my cousins, did a Hubba Bubba challenge and a cinnamon challenge with Adam. We saw where Batman vs. Superman was filmed, and one of my favorite things I did this year, I bought my dream car, Chevy Camaro. It's been my favorite car since I was super young, and I bought it with only 74 miles on it. We got to see penguins at the Detroit Zoo. I hit 10,000 subscribers. I also made a stupid video on how to make your iPhone 7 jet black with spray paint. I flew to Utah again. It was cold this time. I made a video about Vine shutting down. By the way, thank you Vine for all of this. Anyways, I saw a Lamborghini and a sweet water fountain show in Station Park. I did a tour of Wonder Media's penthouse, and I played golf indoors at Topgolf. I came home and went to an indoor trampoline park with Adam. I made a video about how to travel cheaply and in first class. I got a hoverboard and went to an exotic car dealership. That was insane. We had a bowling party for my aunt and went Black Friday shopping, where I bought an $800 jacket. Adam and I went to the shooting range, which I was surprisingly good at. Then Jewel and I went back to Utah, where we saw our new warehouse and saw one of the coolest airports I've ever been to. I went to the Audi dealership and made a video about an R8. I pulled a prank in a grocery store, and Adam crashed his quad into his car, which I got on video, and it went pretty viral on Instagram. The main reason I made this video is to show you how many goals I was able to accomplish this year because I set my mind to it. And I want to encourage every single one of you to follow every dream you've ever had, because they do come true. 2016 was an insane year and I did so many amazing things, but 2017 is going to be even better. And my goal this year is to be able to accomplish way more than I did last year, but I also want to share all of that with you guys. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching me for almost an entire year, and I want to say just be ready because it's gonna be insane. This year is gonna be crazy. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I will see you guys tomorrow and every day after that.